Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Osman. In this week's episode, St. Johns River cleanup registration is open. The Lilian Place treasure sale is coming soon, and later in the program, learn how gardening can help kids eat healthier. Those segments and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. I hope you stay tuned. Get ready to get wet. The St. Johns River cleanup is coming and volunteers are needed. The annual event begins at 8 a.m. Saturday, April 21st. Boaters, scouts, civic organizations, environmental groups, businesses, and individual volunteers are asked to join in the effort to remove trash and debris from the beautiful St. Johns River. Grab your sunglasses, a hat, and work gloves for this day of fun in the sun. And don't forget your sunscreen. Most sites allow for canoes, kayaks, and boats. And for those who want to walk the riverbank and wade through the water, you can do that too. Volunteers can choose from 6 starting points along the St. Johns River from Pearson to Geneva.
Well, what it is it brings awareness to the importance of the river itself. It helps keep the river clean by having volunteers from Boy Scouts groups, civic clubs, citizens that want to come out and help keep the river clean for wildlife as well as recreational uses. A lot of it's important because a lot of people like to go boating, and if you have a lot of trash in the river, it makes it very difficult to navigate, not to mention wildlife that depends on the cleanliness of the river. You've got a variety of vegetation on the river that depends on cleanliness.
The annual cleanup, coordinated by Volusia County's Environmental Management Division, draws attention to conservation efforts and helps keep the river safe and clean for the animals that live in it and the people who enjoy water activities in this majestic body of water.
Well, we're hoping for a really great day, sunshine, warm weather, a lot of fun, and knowing that you're helping to keep our river clean.
For more information and to register, you can visit volusia.org/cleanup. As the weather warms up, more and more people are making their way to Volusia County's beautiful beaches. And if you take your car to the beach, the county's doing everything to ensure you spend less time at the ramp and more time having fun in the sun. In an effort to expedite vehicular access, 6 new ramps have been opened for the 2018 season.
We opened up 6 additional ramps that have not been open for quite some time, probably in about 5 years. Those are options for mostly your Ormond Beach and your Daytona Beach area. You've got some ramps that you may not know are even ramps. I recommend everybody go to our website and pull up the latest active map, and then you might find a new hidey hole that maybe just you know about that you can get on the beach faster.
While the county recognizes that many residents have a favorite beach ramp, they encourage traveling north or south of primary thoroughfares to frequent less congested ramps. For a complete list of access ramps, you can visit volusia.org/beach driving. Have you got what it takes to be a Volusia County lifeguard? Volusia County's Beach Safety Division plans to hire nearly 150 part-time lifeguards to help keep beachgoers safe this summer. Applicants must be at least 16 on or before June 1st and be able to swim 500 meters in under 10 minutes. They also must be able to swim 50 yards in under 30 seconds and run a half mile in under 3 minutes 15 seconds. Starting pay is $11.44 per hour. Tryouts will be at the Cypress Aquatic Center located at 981 George W. Ingram Boulevard in Daytona Beach on the following dates: 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday, March 24th, 5 to 7 p.m. Tuesday, March 27th and Tuesday, April 3rd, 5 to 7 p.m. Thursday, March 29th and Thursday, April 5th. For a list of tryout dates, you can visit volusia.org/beach or you can call 386-239-6414. One of Volusia County's hidden treasures is Lilian Place, the oldest grand house on Daytona Beach's beach side. This Victorian home was built in 1884 and was occupied until the mid-20th century. It sat abandoned and neglected until 2009 when Volusia County awarded an ECHO grant to the Heritage Preservation Trust to purchase the significant site. Lilian Place has been restored to its original glory, and its period furniture brings history alive. This historic home is open for tours from 1 to 5 p.m. every day but Tuesday. Volunteers also host an afternoon tea on the third Tuesday of each month. If you love history and garage sales, you won't want to miss Lilian Place's annual treasure sale from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. March 23rd through 25th. Residents have donated a huge array of furniture, knickknacks, antiques, collectibles, china, and glassware. All proceeds will support the preservation of Lilian Place and the 1905 Hotchkiss House.
People have been making wonderful donations to us, and if we cannot use it for museum display or use it at the Hotchkiss House, we now have a basement filled with treasures. And so we have our annual treasure sale. We have antiques, we have china, we just have a whole basement full, and we'll bring those items out. And we also have our gift shop here where Rosella will be actually putting more items into this. So we'll have a lot of things for sale, and every penny will go for the repairs and upkeep of the historic property.
Learn more about Lilian Place at lilianplacehc.org.
Every day, Florida's courageous first responders work together to keep Florida safe during all types of hazards, including wildfires near homes and communities. Florida's first responders are asking for your help to increase safety and accessibility during wildfires with 3 easy steps. Create a clean, fire-resistant space around the home. Make a family evacuation plan and evacuate early when wildfire is near. For more, visit floridaforestservice.com or wildlandfirersg.org.
Volusia County once again successfully hosted its annual spring break camps for local youth. Gary Daniels gives us an inside look at one camp held at Gemini Springs.
My favorite thing to do is play on the playground with my friends and play pretend. Some of the things I did at spring break camp was go on the playground and go watch the people that were fishing and play games and color. Go Rachel!
Yeah! Now those are some big bubbles. All right, you ready? Oh, close. My role for the camp is to oversee the whole entire camp, setting up the logistics of the camp, all the planning that goes in before the camp, and then making sure that every single kid that comes to camp is safe and has a fun time. Woo! That's a run right there.
All right. We went on field trips, we played outside, and we've had some fun games in here.
My favorite part of spring break camp was field trips and playing on the playground and meeting new friends.
My favorite part of camp was when we went all the field trips because it's really fun and some of these places I've never been before.
We went on field trips, we played outside on the playground, and we played games inside. My favorite part of camp this week was the games because I liked to play the game Twister, and it's really fun. My favorite part of spring camp is when I hanged out with my friends and when I went fishing. That was my favorite part because I really like to hang out with people and have fun. I liked to go play with my friends on the playground because they're fun to play with and it's really nice.
The most fun part is just interacting with kids and seeing them develop those relationships with other kids and them having a fun-filled time and just smiling and enjoying themselves.
Ready? Keep your eye on the ball. Nice! Good hit, bud.
I usually come to camp because it's so much fun. You get to go to field trips and meet new people.
Meeting so many different types of people was actually really cool.
It feels nervous at before, but as soon as you get to know them more, you just become friends.
Well, the county is really huge on diversity, so it's good for the kids to get around other kids that they might not know or that might not go to their school. They make new friends, and then they can carry these friendships over to either our summer camp or the next year's spring break camp.
My favorite part was hanging out with my friends because they are always there for me and I'm always there for them. I am very happy that I came to spring break camp because I would have met all these fun people.
Every parent knows getting your kids to eat healthy can be a challenge. In today's Solutions for Your Life, we'll learn how one local elementary school solves the problem through gardening.
Welcome to Solutions for Your Life. I'm Patrick Zayas, manager of the Family Nutrition Program at the University of Florida IFAS Extension in Volusia County. And with me today is...
I'm Patty Young with University of Florida Family Nutrition Program as well.
And if we look like we're in a garden, well, that's because we are. We are here at Stark Elementary School, and we are highlighting the garden program that is a cooperation between the University of Florida IFAS Extension Volusia County Master Gardener Program, as well as the Family Nutrition Program. The goal of this garden is to encourage kids to make the healthy choice the easiest choice and expose them to fruits and vegetables they may not normally try.
The fourth graders work with me. I come, we plant the garden, I teach them how to take care of it, what to do, start to finish, and having a successful garden.
The Family Nutrition Program is a grant-funded program located at the University of Florida and in 39 counties across the state. Here in Volusia County, we partner with the Volusia County Master Gardeners to help create a garden for students to work in. The Master Gardeners help us out by providing the garden expertise and the knowledge that they have and help to inspire us to encourage the garden to keep growing. The purpose of it is, again, to get all the kids to be more familiar with fruits and vegetables they don't typically normally try, and then to leave them with habits that they will continue to have in the future, such as healthy eating and choosing healthy foods when they go to the cafeteria.
Patrick, I like that you said the word inspire, because I know when I was, like this big, I was inspired to garden. And, it was more common then. And so I come here and, our saying is sowing seeds, growing minds. So we're not only sowing seeds here and getting actual plants, we're sowing seeds with the kids. We're talking about there's so many kids, they eat a lot of junk food. The kids are inspired to eat healthier, and they're growing up, and they're gonna hopefully be doing what we're doing one day, is my hope. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear it from the kids.
What I learned about eating healthy is it can provide a healthy and strong life for you. I've learned that some bugs are good for plants and some are not, because some help eat the bugs that destroy the plants and some help the plants by eating the other bugs. What I like about gardening is that you can work with your family and friends. When I learned how to eat healthy, my family started to learn how to eat healthy. The foods that I learned about gardening include collard greens, radishes, bell peppers.
To plant, grow, and maintain a successful garden, it takes more than just us. We need the cooperation of the principal, vice principal, and teacher to help maintain and sustain this garden for the future.
This program is unique for Stark Elementary School because in our neighborhood where our students come from, they don't get the chance to grow vegetables and see how they can keep you healthy.
The garden got started initially for science. I'm the science teacher here at Stark for 4th grade. So I wanted to incorporate life science for their learning standards, and it just grew from there.
The parents in our community think that this is a great opportunity for their students. The students are very excited when they go home and say they've tested different vegetables from the garden, and they are more inclined to purchase those vegetables when they go to the store.
The kids have responded to the garden, and it's been very positive, both academically and on a social emotional level. The academics, their science standards on their testing, you can see the life science scores went up dramatically from previous years. But also my students who struggle sometimes with some emotional baggage, they love to come out here to work in this garden, and it relieves tension. It just brings back positivity to their day. So it's just a place of learning and comfort.
The funniest thing I've heard from the students coming from the garden is they didn't realize how much the insects were involved in the process of gardening. And so they were like, oh, we have to have butterflies here or bees here.
The other kids around the school anxiously await coming to 4th grade. They can't wait to get into the garden. They know what we do. But also the teachers can bring their kids are always welcome out here to observe, do some science. So it's just been a huge impact on the entire school.
Wow, Patty, these kids are really lucky for having a garden like this.
Well, the key to being healthy is to eat healthy.
With Solutions for Your Life, I'm Patrick Zayas.
And Patty Young.
Have a wonderful day.
Let's join Community Information Director Joanne Magley in the studio with her guest, Lori Campbell Baker, the Executive Director of the Daytona Beach Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Thanks, Amber. Well, it's springtime, and that means spring break and special events are in full gear. So we're joined in the studio today with Lori Campbell Baker. She is the Executive Director of the Daytona Beach Convention and Visitors Bureau. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Joanne. How are you?
Good. Thanks for being here today.
Thank
you. We talk about it all the time. We are so lucky to live in beautiful Volusia County. You know, it's basically spring break.
Gorgeous.
You know, beautiful all year long. And spring break especially, and then of course, during the summer, we get thousands and thousands of visitors that come to our area. So talk about so far the springtime in our area and what numbers you've seen so far.
So this is one of our favorite times of year. Obviously the weather is absolutely gorgeous out there. It's sunny, it's warm, but not too warm yet. And for us, we call it Spring Family Beach Break because whereas folks that are about my age may remember the spring break of the 1980s and maybe even the early 90s.
The MTV days.
The MTV days. That was 1989. Can you believe it was that long ago? We turned the corner on our marketing for the springtime back in the early 90s. And so Spring Family Beach Break is really anchored with the National Cheerleading Association Championships and the National Dance Association Championships. So they all happen right there at the Hilton in the Ocean Center. And if you ever want to be totally inspired, just come out and watch them. They do pyramids and they're highly energetic, just a colorful group of really, really inspiring kids.
And so this is also the time of year when we get a lot of bike enthusiasts because it coincides with Bike Week.
It does, and this year, like in some past years, we'll have a couple of days where that actually overlaps a bit. So Bike Week starts March 9th, runs through the 18th. And we expect to have, depending on who's counting and where, several 100,000 bikers in the area. And these are enthusiasts of sports bikes. We're seeing more women. It's just an eclectic crowd, and they all have a passion for motorcycles.
And speaking of Orlando, you know, Disney World and the other theme parks are a big draw for Florida in general. How do the theme parks help our marketing here for Volusia County?
You know, years ago, we used to think almost in terms of a competition, you know, like But now we really partner. We really look at Orlando as a great feeder market for us because they are now getting over 60 million visitors a year. And these are folks that quite easily can come into Orlando if they choose to fly there and then come over to the beach side. So whereas we used to say we would love to have them once they've had a few days in the theme park kind of wear themselves out, now we say, come on over, stay in Volusia County in our hotels and bed and breakfasts, and then within an hour you can be at those major attractions at historic St. Augustine or the Space Coast. But we always say, give yourself 4 or 5 days to really explore Volusia County. You will never run out of things.
And I'm sure it helps for your marketing efforts when you can say you can drive 30 minutes down the road to see manatees in the colder weather, or you can just go a little further south if you want to visit the historic downtown areas, either in New Smyrna Beach or West Volusia. Just such a variety of things that give people that, like you said, the time to just stay in Volusia County but still explore
that is
so much.
True, Joanne. And we tell people we claim 5 downtown areas, 5 adorable, quaint downtown areas that have shopping and dining and nightlife. And throughout Volusia County, how many counties have that?
Right.
Where you can, within 30 minutes, be in any one of them, or all of them, like spend a couple of days and really explore that. But yes, co-promoting, it just makes perfect sense.
You also like to remind people that the tourists that come to our area actually pay 40% of the sales tax.
Right. So it's a little confusing, but there are 2 different taxes that come into play. So when you stay in an overnight accommodation, whether it's a hotel, even a campground, a bed and breakfast, a percentage, 3%, goes to the tourist development tax. That funds the convention center, which for us is the Ocean Center. An additional 3% on your hotel stay goes to the convention development tax, which funds tourism marketing. And they're named kind of backwards,
And I think I always say it the opposite way when we talk.
We all do, but the bottom line is that a full 6% is going to support our efforts. So when we're paying down the bonds on the Ocean Center, that's our visitors. That's not you and me. And when we're putting the message out to areas like Atlanta and New York and Toronto about why to come to Volusia County, that's our visitors paying for that, and not you and me as residents. So it's a really great cyclical pattern, because the better job that we do in bringing people in for those overnight stays, and the higher that we are able to maintain an average daily rate, how much is charged, the more money goes into those efforts to help us pump the economy. And in our view, it's really about supporting those local businesses and supporting our locals.
Well, tourism is our biggest industry, and then when you bring people in and they fall in love with the area, lots of times that's how they end up saying, I could bring my business here, or maybe I want to move here.
Right?
So without that first visit to the area and then subsequent visits, we wouldn't necessarily be in the situation that we are with
the growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and the controlled growth and the strategic growth, I think. So we try to introduce as many people as we can to the area. And our last statistics say that we brought 9.8 million visitors into Volusia County, which is a fantastic number. But in case you get nervous, because that's a lot.
Was that for 2017?
No, we haven't gotten 17 numbers. That was for 2016. But of that 9.8 million, half of them were folks that stayed with friends and family, so you and me, right? So half of them. So you are one of our best tourism ambassadors. You're the one that's bringing people into the area and saying, come look around, see what you see, tell us what you love, and then they're going back to wherever they came from and telling great stories. That's where it comes into play.
So what's on the horizon for anything new this year for 2018, 2019? What's ahead for helping to promote our area for people?
Well, we're seeing more interest now than we've ever seen before. And you've seen the growth, you've seen the new restaurants, you've seen the Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach. opening is just so exciting to us, and some of the other hotel projects. And as you drive, and I encourage everyone to do it, as you drive down A1A, as you drive around the Speedway and look at One Daytona and the hotels out there, and just the restaurants and the attraction and the energy out there, take a look at it from a visitor's point of view. Look at what they're seeing and what they're taking back, because those are the driving projects. That's the energy that they're seeing. We're seeing more media attention than ever before. I'm starting with the Rolex and Speed Weeks and all that, the Daytona 500 was phenomenal. So we call ourselves the festival capital of Florida, and I tell everyone we just made that up. But we have, throughout Volusia County, more than 60, closer to 70 events and festivals. There are huge ones like Speed Weeks and Bike Week. There are small ones like, the Native American Indian Festival.
The Cheese
and the
Festival.
The Cheese Festival.
That was one of my favorite.
Was that great, right? I mean, you can't go wrong with a cheese festival. So those are the types of festivals that we promote, and all of those give us sort of a tapestry, a sense of place, so that when you come to Volusia County, you might come because of the Cheese Festival, but then you see what else is on the calendar, and next time you come, you check out something different. So we are unique in that we resell ourselves, our destination, to so many different demographics. Keeps it fresh.
And the tourism industry also provides a lot of jobs for people in our area, and people come here just for those jobs as well.
We're really proud of that, because you can start, or you can find an entry-level position, or you can manage a hotel or be a sales director. It just runs the gamut. So 42,000 jobs in the tourism industry alone, which is pretty phenomenal, and the payroll on that is over $550 million. So what we like to think of it as, how many people can we employ? How can we keep those kids that are graduating from high school and through our 5 colleges and universities? How can we keep them engaged and happy here in Volusia County? And the industry provides so many great opportunities for them.
And you mentioned taking a look around to the One Daytona, certain areas like that, as if you were a visitor, but actually it's really great for the residents too. I mean,
I took my family out there last weekend. We hit the Ben and Jerry's and played at the Guitar Center. By the way, they'll let you play any instrument. It doesn't matter if you have talent. I have none. So really fun for visitors, but also you're absolutely right. I would say look at every property, look at every attraction and every restaurant like they built this for me.
Right, it just gives everybody more options and more places to take your family or to take, your visitors that come in. So it's a lot of exciting things happening in Volusia County.
Definitely.
Well, Lori
Campbell
Baker, Executive Director of Daytona Beach Convention and Visitors Bureau, thank you for being here. And
thank you.
Good job promoting our area.
Thank you so much.
Amber, back to you.
Thanks, Joanne, and thank you too for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. Incidentally, you can find the County Council's meeting calendar there too. In fact, you can use volusia.org to find out about meeting dates, workshops, topics of interest, activities, and how you can become involved. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Osman. Have a wonderful evening.